Everybody, and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at some of the example questions here for your guided support video for our 1.6 assignment. So pretty tricky stuff here today that we're working with in terms of just knowing definitions and where everything fits. So if you're having a hard time with the first question, let's just do the first question together, and maybe that'll make you feel a little bit better about some of the things that we're doing. So the first thing that we want to do is take a look at our table that we've been using. So we want to basically change everything into a table of 1,000. And here's Sunny's question. So for Sunny, what we're saying is we're looking at people and seeing if they're allergic to peanut butter. And in reality, we have to determine the first thing is in the real population, how many people are allergic to peanut butter. So 1.3% of the population. So we know that that is the true factor that are allergic to peanut butter. So we're going to go to our true positive here. So to our allergies, 1.3% of 1,000. So we're going to do 1,000 times 0.013. And that should give us 13 people that are actually allergic to peanut butter. So what that means is in the population of 13 are allergic, we'll do 1,000 minus 13, and that should give us 987 that are not allergic to peanut butter. So after this, we have to take a look at our bullet points here. So for people that truly are allergic to peanut butter, so to our true positives, 90% of our true positives will get a yes test. So what that means is our true positives are here. So 13 true positives. So of those 13, 90% will test positive. So we'll do 13 times 90%. That'll say 11.7 people will test positive. Okay, we have to look at our next positive test here. So for people that do not have the allergy in the population, so people that do not have the allergy, so that would be this, these 987 do not have the allergy, 5% of them are going to test positive, even though they don't have it. So 5% of that. So we'll do 987 times 5% times 0.05. And what that's going to give us is a positive test of 49.35 people. So what this is saying is just under 50 people that are not allergic are in fact going to get a positive test. Okay, so basically using that, we can determine the total number of people that test positive is 11.7 plus 49.35, so 61.05 people test positive. Now we need to figure out our testing negative column. So basically to solve this, all we do is we take our two values from our first column and from our second column, and we subtract them. And that should give us the total. So if we have 13 people and we've accounted for 11.7 of them already, that means 1.3 are left over. So 1.3 have tested negative. And then for our next row here, we have 987 people. We've already accounted for 49.35 of their tests. So that means we have 937.65 left over. So basically this negative column is just our leftover column. So we'll add those together, 937.65 plus 1.3, and that gets us a total of 938.95. A good way to check your math, make sure you didn't make any mistakes, is on the bottom here. Those two numbers need to add up to 1,000 exactly. And if you don't have them adding up to 1,000, then you haven't made a table of 1,000. Okay, so now that we've made our table of 1,000, we can see this is our positive test column, and this is our negative test column. Our true positives, the ones that are in fact correct, are right here. So 11.7 of these people are true positives, so they have actually tested positive and they also have it. And we can see that we have some false positives. So none of these people are actually allergic to peanuts, but they've unfortunately tested positive for it. And we have some false negatives too. So 1.3 people say that they're not allergic to peanuts on the test, but they actually are allergic to peanuts. And then all these people are accurate. So 937 people have tested negative for peanuts, and they are in fact not allergic to peanuts. So the question here is saying, what are the chances that Sunny has the allergy if Sunny tests yes. So what we're trying to see is out of the people that test positive, how many of them are true positives? How many actually have a peanut allergy? This is a good way of saying if you go to the doctor and you get a test and it comes back positive, it doesn't actually mean you have whatever disease they're testing for. It just means that you tested positive. So that's what we're looking at here. So 61.05 people have tested positive, and of those 61.05 people, only 11.7 of them are actually allergic to peanuts. So our percent chance is we just take these things and divide them. So 11.7 divided by 61.05, and that gets us 0.19, which we make into we'll round it to 19.2%. So 19.2% chance that you are actually allergic to peanuts if a test tells you that you are allergic to peanuts. So some good advice here, depending on the accuracy of testing. If you test positive for something, maybe it's not 100% likely that you actually have the thing that you've tested for. So in this case, Sunny testing for peanuts, if it comes back with a yes, that actually only means there's less than a 20% chance that you are actually, in fact, allergic for peanuts. Now, if you're like, okay, so why would we even test in the first place? Well, to do further testing to actually confirm if you are or not allergic to peanuts is really expensive, but these quick tests are super cheap. So the benefit of this is people that test positive for this, they are the ones that would go on to get more comprehensive and expensive testing. This, in the long run, saves money. So that's the real reason for it, is it's a cost savings measure. But as you can see, it's kind of like a filter. So if you are one of those positive tests, then you filter to the next level of more rigorous and more accurate testing. So hopefully this helps for the first question. The second question, you'll actually use the exact same table that we just made. So if you took good notes on this video, this should